What up? What up? What up? Peace, peace, peace. What's good, everybody? How's everyone doing? So, I'm gonna see if I can run through this, y'all. I have to unload some things on my computer, man, to free up some space because my computer is in a glitch right about now. So, it's a glitch. So it's 9 o'clock or 9:08 on the West Coast. Listen, y'all not working right now unless you overnight. So if you're on this feed, you don't have to type anything. You can join the feed and you can talk. If you do a whole lot of typing and I don't like it, this is my show. You don't have to come to the show. But if you're doing a lot of typing, I'm going to put you on a timeout. And then I'm going to get rid of you. So if you're not here to get taught something, because I do it for free, all I ask people to do is to donate. So if I ask you to come on the feed with some facts, not your feelings, that's what I mean. Come on the feed with your facts. That goes for anybody, whatever background you have. I don't care. So you can share this out right now. You can join the feed when I put the link up, but I damn sure ain't gonna argue with none of you non-cats unless you want to put some money in the bucket, because these Christian churches are eating it up, baby. So again, if I open up the lines for you, you come to the feed with some facts and not your feelings, some facts, not your feelings, and then you could debunk what I'm saying, or you could set it up in your state. Okay, so let's get this thing popping, y'all. Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show. We live. It's 9:10 on the West Coast time. Please, if you have Instagram, please share this out on the gram. Real Sabir Bey on Instagram. Again, Real Sabir Bey on Instagram. Real Sabir Bey on X. Again, Real Sabir Bey on X. Real Sabir Bey on Instagram. And Sabir Bey on YouTube. If you want to join the YouTube channel, come over to YouTube. I'm not bringing anyone on Instagram, but you can come over to the YouTube. Sabir Bey on YouTube, or before 1492, or Sabir Tagetsu. So please do me a favor right now. Please share it out, share it out, share it out, and like as soon as you come over here. If you don't like what I'm saying, I'm fine with that too, but come with some facts.
You hop out on what you know. This is the Sabir Bey Show. When you hit the song, you hop out on what you know. This is the Sabir Bey Show. Thank you for coming to get this Moorish knowledge. Now let's break it down. Before the channel, for the fame, before the game, we was drumming in the circle, calling ancestors' name. Bronx fire spark, Zulu Nation lit the torch. Africa, Bambaataa brought the knowledge to the porch. Cool Herc with the brakes, cutting vinyl in the park. MCs grabbed the mic, words shining through the dark. Graffiti on the walls, they was telling our pain. B-boys spinning knowledge in the wind and the rain. But what's the root? It's the Moors with the science. Carry rhythm from Andalus, truth over defiance. Sabir bringing facts the textbooks won't show. We reclaiming our story so the people all know. No knowledge, culture power, hip hop, call it hip. Culture power, hip hop. From the block to the globe, yo, we're never gonna stop. Fifth element, the truth we reveal. When the culture is alive, every cipher is real. Fifth element, the truth we reveal. Knowledge, peace, understand. Hip hop ain't just beats and rhymes. It's knowledge, culture, and history. The Moors laid the foundation. You see it in the language, you hear it in the rhythm.
No, I don't care about outside.
Feel it in the spirit. Yo, Sabir drop jewels, I carry them in my chest like the fez on my head. I'm adoring with the best, not just rap, it's the element of mine. Fifth wisdom in the cipher where the planets align. From Morocco to Medina, through the ships to the shore, we transform depression into art and much more. Don't reduce it to a chain or a check from a label. This is culture, resurrected straight from the cradle. No knowledge, culture power, hip hop, all the hip, culture power, hip hop. From the block to the globe, yo, we're never gonna stop. Fifth element, the truth we reveal. When the culture is alive, every cipher is real. Fifth element, the truth we reveal. They want the bling and the trap, but the roots they erase. I spit bars like hieroglyphs, carved in the base. We the children of the Moors, mathematics in the sound. Every beat, every rhyme, got our science all around. So when you nod to the boom bap, remember it's deep. It's the language of the people from the corners of the street. This is Sabir Bey, show what the textbooks lack. Knowledge of self, now bring the culture back. No knowledge, culture power, hip hop, no culture power. Hip power. When you hip to something, you hop out on what you know. This is the spear. Stay tuned, stay lifted, stay in tune with the roots. Stay tuned, stay lifted, stay in tune with the roots. This is the spear.
You're welcome, y'all. Please share the video. This dude on Instagram. Some of you black folks is pathetic. You Ethiopians, whatever you want to call yourself. He want to talk about Al Sharpton. I don't care. That's old news about Al Sharpton. We got the same people. Don't tell me something about Al Sharpton. Ask me about who I posted up. Ask me about the person that you should know about. Go get your scholars and ask them about this guy. Why don't they talk about him? Go gather Dr. Greg Carr, Mark Lamont Hills. Go get all of your black scholars and let's have this discussion. How about that part? With some facts. I don't care about Al Sharpton. It's irrelevant subjects to me. Okay? Let's get it popping. Just remind yourself, brother. It's okay, Matt. Remember yourself. Put yourself back together. I love what I do.
Sit back, relax, and reacquaint yourself. Get back to that original, primitive, savage, naked self. Brace yourself, recreate yourself, make yourself. For too long you've been taught to hate yourself. Man, don't forsake yourself. Reawake yourself. Take yourself much higher. History's not our story, man. The devil is a liar. Listen to nothing the outside world says about you. The world is made to reroute.
Come on, y'all, let's go.
You and then doubt you. Most of these rappers about the world.
Most of the cats is about the world. Sabir Bey is about my people, and I'm always there. Let's go.
So remember what I taught you about how to in and the out too. Go inside your inner city, quickly go.
Shout out to the teacher.
Have an interview with that energy that's within you. Ask yourself, why you? Why now? Why here? Then it becomes quite clear you are defined. You should not fear bills. You should not fear drills. You should not stare. Focus your attention on G-O-G, which is right here. Now, why here? Then it becomes quite clear you are defined. You should not fear bills. You should not fear drills. You should not stare. Focus your attention on G-O-G, which is right here.
I don't get tired, bro. I got stamina. I got the stamina.
Remind yourself. Put yourself back together.
Come on, y'all. Let's share it out. Let's go.
Reconnect. Yeah. Listen, no one's ever gonna tell you that you are divine. Cause they ain't reached that line in all this time, they still are blind. They tell you get in line, follow them and look for signs. Man, that's baby milk. Here's the raw meat, yo, it's cooking time. It's the way in which you look at brain and look at mind. You thinking they the same, but if you look again, you'll find the whole design of nature's really from a gifted mind, a divine mind, outside what we call space and time. This divine mind is what creates brains, hearts, and livers. This divine mind produces butterflies from caterpillars and everything that quivers. Brains don't make brains, the process of birth does. I'm telling you, life is a game. With its own mind, its own name, and its own aim. It's simple and plain. Divine mind produces all brains. You are a divine mind first, which then produces your brain. Divine intelligence of God, that's from which you came.
Oh, y'all got to get ready for me at the Temple Hip Hop, baby.
Put yourself together. Yourself.
Y'all sharing this out?
The word Christ is an African word, K-R-S-T. When the Greeks later on took that up and the Romans they called Christus, it is first appears in African Christ. The concept of the Christ, the eighth form, the seven stages or forms of man, which then become the supreme divine form, the Christ. Hence you have Christianity before Christ. The idea, the concepts, even the words, even the images, the virgin birth, the three kings, those are Egyptian ideas. Those were the three great stars in the firmament, the three kings, which then became the three powers and not that came to worship the divine form. It's all there. It's on the temples of Luxor before the birth of Jesus.
Somebody be asking me, how do I be coming up with this content? Y'all don't understand. If you come in my way, I'm talking to any of you conscious dudes. I'm going to smoke you. And I don't even smoke. Any of you conscious dudes that want to try me and test me, believe me. So y'all better hurry up and share it out right now. I'm just putting it out there. So shout out to my brother KRS-One. I will be speaking at the Temple of Hip Hop. I don't know when, but he is giving me an honorarium. But he want me to speak on hip hop in the Moors. That was the day that we were meeting, talking about it. But KRS-One will be in the Bay, y'all, tomorrow. I think he's there now. He'll be up in the Bay tomorrow. Okay? So if you want to join the feed, y'all, you can join the feed. You know about Ultraman. Yeah, Ultraman, brother. You crazy? I grew up on Ultraman. Uthman. Don. Oh, you talking about, I said Ultraman. But Uthman, I'm not familiar with him, but I know Ultraman. I just watched your last video and I heard you said you was going to be done. No, I said I might be done, but I got so much energy and stamina, brother. I'm a Gemini. I don't smoke. I don't get high. I don't eat meat. So my energy level is different, bro. my vibration is crazy, dude. Like I remember Sanetta saying something to me one day. He said, if you was locked in the room with Ankh would actually change you. I said, no, Ankh would be changed if any of them sit in the room with me. If Ankh or anybody that's on Sanetta's show get locked themselves in the room with me just for a day, Allahhead, it's over. So, y'all better go watch that show with Sanetta, the real one, when he tried it. So y'all can send us to Sanetta right now. Okay? So yes, I will be speaking at the Temple of Hip Hop. Yes, brother, I said I was going to do it again, but after I ate my vegan meal, I was good. So when I get off of here, I'm going to be sitting up till 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning while y'all sleeping. So the link is up if you want to join me. So let me ask y'all this question. Have you ever heard of the brother that I just posted up here on the feed? Have you ever heard Dr. Greg Carr, Roland Martin, Michael Imhotep, any of these conscious people speak about this brother I just posted up? Anybody? Come on, y'all. Hurry up, because I don't want to be on here all night long. Anyone? Ever heard of him? Have they talked about him in history? Which one of your black scholars talked about him? Y'all need to share it out. Come on, y'all. If y'all scared to answer, it's okay. Which one of your black scholars ever brought him up? And out of all the smart, brainiac black people that we have on social media, have y'all ever seen them bring him up? Let me help y'all out. Y'all never seen this guy before? This is in the Philadelphia Museum in Philadelphia. Y'all don't know who he is? Hussein is the only one saying no. You see now, what people going to do is try to research him, right? Instead of saying, Sabir, where did you go at to find out who this dude was? So I'm going to walk y'all through a little bit and I'm going to give y'all the history, right? Have you ever been there or have you ever heard of him? I ain't asked you about Georgetown. That's not in Georgetown. This is in Philadelphia right there. That's Philly. Okay? That's Philadelphia. Okay? Let me show you another one. That's Philadelphia. Have you ever heard of him? Where's all these smart black people? Where's Angela Rye and the Roland Martins and all of these beautiful people that y'all watch on a regular? Where are they at? Now, I told you I could do a tour in Philadelphia and actually do this. But this is in Philadelphia, right? In the Philadelphia Art Museum. But he also, his place is in Georgetown. Y'all want to see? They hide. You say they're hiding out? Maybe they are. Maybe y'all need to share it to them. They love to say Moors enslaved people. So this is his house right here. This is the masjid named after him. Y'all see that? This is on Georgetown's campus. Which one of your black scholars that you watch every single day literally showed y'all this? That's Georgetown. Now the other place was actually Philadelphia. But that's Georgetown. You see how crazy we are? And I got these when I was there. See, I keep trying to tell you how your black conscious people are. You can't, and I'm gonna talk to your conscious people too. So you can't go copy what I'm doing and then do a video months later and say, well, yeah, well, I found out, here it is. Go get Michael Imhotep. Go get Roland Martin. Get Dr. Greg Carr that teaches at Howard University. Go get them and let's have this conversation. So before I get into this, y'all, he was a Fulani Muslim, Moor. Now I'm gonna show you me in Georgetown, and y'all all can go to the YouTube and you'll see me walking through Georgetown. I had a whole conversation with the people that was in there. Here it is right here. This is me.
I'm sharing stuff out, y'all, so bear with me.
This is what I do. It is. That's what I do. So I want y'all to understand what real scholarship is and real research.
So check it out. So how many people knew about this? Here you go.
And I have the books with me. This is on Georgetown's campus. We in DC. Why don't we know about this?
Wow. Right out here in Georgetown.
Come on. The crazy part is, that's why I said a lot of your scholars is straight up hypocrites. Well, Sabir, they don't know, Sabir. They don't know, but they don't want to talk to certain people who do know, who actually put the time in, put the money in, and go to these places. So let me help y'all out. Maybe y'all believe these people. Give me 1 second. Maybe you will believe these people. Give me 1 second. Stay with me. I need y'all to follow me. Pay attention. And don't forget to support and donate. Y'all can donate and support to this show. Seriously, right there in the yellow. So let's move forward. Hurry up.
Congress decided to establish a national capital near the Potomac River in 1790, what became Washington, D.C., and long before slavery ended in Washington, D.C. in 1862, there was Yarrow Mamout. In the West African Fulani language, Yarrow means fourth child born, and Mamout means Muhammad. And so it was that Yarrow Mamout was born in 1736 in West Africa. Yarrow was kidnapped by slave traders while he was still a teenager. By the age of 16, he and his sister were transported to Annapolis, Maryland. They would never see their parents or siblings again. But Yarrow kept his dream for freedom alive. That dream took 44 years. Yes, 44 years. Enduring decades of hard labor and abuse, Yarrow was finally able to purchase back his freedom in 1796. He was 60 years old at the time. Yarrow was a smart man, and he kept working hard until he was able to also purchase the freedom of his wife and his son. They all lived here, 3324 Dent Place, Northwest, Washington, D.C. Yarrow bought a log house at this location, though the original cabin is long gone. This is the third structure standing at the spot. It was here, in the backyard, that Yarrow designed for himself a small prayer space facing the direction of Mecca. It was a little masjid, a long way away from his original home in West Africa. where the sound of the adhan would have always been around him as a young child. Yarrow was originally from the famous West African Fulani tribe and spoke the Fulani language, but he also spoke and was able to write Arabic. Arabic was not only a language of faith, but many African tribes also used Arabic script, as thousands of manuscripts from Timbuktu suggest.
Really?
Sylviane A. Diouf, in her book Servants of Allah, quotes Baron Roger, a French colonial governor of Senegal. He said in 1828, "There are villages in which we find more Negroes who can read and write the Arabic, which for them is a dead and scholarly language, than we would find peasants in our French countryside who can read and write French."
Okay, let's stop. Now, remember that girl that was the guy that was on Candace Owens' show that said Africans couldn't read? Y'all remember that? Imagine if Candace Owens interviewed me and put me in the room with that dude that was on Candace Owens' show that said they sent missionaries in to teach Africans, and we taught them. We already knew how to write and read. This is like reading music. Most of y'all, I can't read music, so I can't read. So we were writing and reading a certain way. You see the difference? But you got dudes who put out that narrative and tell you, yeah, well, I'm going to tell you that black people couldn't read in Africa. No, they couldn't read in Africa. I'm going to tell you it was illiterate. Candace Owens wouldn't even want to talk to somebody that's real. Let's move forward, y'all. Please share this out. I'm ready. Let's go. Come on.
Yarrow Mamout passed away in 1823.
Come on.
He was buried in the very backyard where he used to pray. A painter of the founding fathers of America, Charles Wilson Pale, also captured Mamout in an 1819 portrait. This is how he looked. Mamout's biographer, James H. Johnson, describes Mamout as a jack of all trades. He earned enough money not only to buy the Dent property, but also to become a financier who loaned money to other merchants. He also owned stock in the Columbia Bank of Georgetown. Yarrow Mamout's story remained out of sight and underground, but in 2020 to other merchants. He also owned stock in the Columbia Bank of Georgetown. Yarrow Mamout's story remained out of sight and underground, but in 2015, Washington, D.C.'s archaeologist's office found thousands of artifacts on the spot where Yarrow's home used to be. Many of these objects still need to be assessed and analyzed. In 2020, workers renovating a home close to where Yarrow once lived found 19th century human remains, which may be Mamout's. The memory of Yarrow Mamout lives on. In March of 2023, 200 years after the death of Yarrow Mamout, a new mosque has been named in his honor. The Yarrow Mamout Masjid. It can be found at Georgetown University. Georgetown is where he lived. May God bless our brother with the highest place in Jannah, the everlasting life.
They don't like us. Those Muslims don't like us. Those Arabs don't like us. So let me ask y'all before we go forward. Did y'all know about that? Raise your hand if y'all knew about it. But I can't get finances behind me to do nothing. I got to be begging y'all. I can't get finances behind me to do this kind of work, though. Come on, how many of y'all knew that? Dang, crazy, right? But I'm the crazy one. But I was there. But it's hard. I got to become a pastor to get y'all. This is the weirdest thing. You don't have Dr. Greg Carr. I never heard Dr. Greg Carr talk about this. I never heard Roland Martin talk about it either. That's the masjid right there. I was there. Quite a few times I was there. And I would love to do it again if people would say, yo, brother, let's make it happen. But we're not sincere. We're not sincere. Let's go to another one, y'all. Is we all right? Let's go to another one. Are we all right? What up?
A man who had been We're in the Philadelphia Museum of Art looking at a portrait by Charles Wilson Peale of Yarrow Mamout, an African Muslim, a man who had been forcibly brought to the United States. He'd spent a very long life here, and he paints him with the same regard that he painted American heroes.
It's interesting because he began the portrait because he wanted to document his age, which was supposedly 134 years old. The idea of an African American Muslim is interesting because they may have been 10% of the total slave population that came into this country up until the first quarter or mid-19th century.
It's extraordinary that we're looking at a painting from 1819, and yet this man feels alive in front of me.
Peale was in his late 70s.
Why don't the 1619 Project lady bring this up? What? This is 1619, right? This is slavery ended in 1865?
When he painted this. So you have this dialogue between these two older men looking at each other across their lifetimes.
And these men had just recently met, and despite that, the portrait seems to convey a deep understanding of who this man was. You get a sense that Peale wanted to know this man, wanted to understand him.
Yarrow owned property, he owned his own home, he owned bank stock, he had enough money to offer loans to people. When you look in his eyes, you see the wisdom, you see the intellect.
The figure is framed by paint that is less defined. The greatcoat that he wears over his shoulders is more loosely painted. It seems to me that there's an increasing focus as we move towards the face, which comes into its most precise definition right around the eyes.
Yes, there's a connectivity, and you don't see this in so many portraits, and some of this has to do with age, with experience, with Peale's appreciation of what it took Yarrow to survive, to persevere.
And he had every reason to be embittered. He had lost money that he had given to others. He had been, of course, himself enslaved. There was every reason for this man to be bitter, and yet Peale found a man who he described as having a positive attitude in life despite his life experiences.
And this was something that really connected to Charles Wilson Peale because his motto was perseverance. In fact, he named his farm in Germantown initially Persevere.
Peale had founded what was really the first successful public museum in the United States.
It began as a portrait gallery in 1784 where he had portraits of revolutionary heroes. It grew as he added natural science specimens to the museum, and then the portrait gallery grew also to include not just revolutionary heroes or military men, but also scientists who were dedicated to the study of natural science, writers, artists, and he had paintings of people of age. And here is Yarrow. Yarrow seems an anomaly in this gallery. What is he doing next to the portrait of presidents? What is he doing next to Thomas Say, the great naturalist? And the fact that he was painted when Peale took a painting trip to Washington to raise federal funds for his museum, and he painted the president. So he's painting the president and Yarrow Mamout basically within the same week. Also, the format of the picture is the classic 25 by 30 inch portrait that you saw all of them. So everybody is put on the same level in this gallery, in that nobody's bigger and nobody is shown in a different way. Your head is there, your shoulders are there, and that's it.
Yarrow was openly Muslim. He would praise God in the streets of Georgetown. He would pray in his garden in back of his house. And Peale is not shying away from that here.
And I think this is a portrait that reaches back to you. You can see that the artist looked at Yarrow, and in fact, the great punchline that Peale records in his diary is about how he showed the portrait to Yarrow when it was finally finished. And Yarrow looks at it and he said, "It's Yarrow himself."
And the artist was a real American hero. He had been at Valley Forge with Washington. He had crossed the Delaware with Washington.
And of course, Charles Wilson Peale has seen all the different manifestations of slavery, the worst. But also he was seeing before this and contemporaneously with this, the rise of the free black population in Philadelphia, which was a unique phenomenon in the country where people were becoming literate and becoming competitive in the marketplace. When the Peale Gallery came apart and was finally sold in 1854, long after Peale's death, nobody knew who this was. And so they figured it could only be one person, Washington's servant. So they put Washington's servant in the auction catalog. That shows how invisible he had become. And I think one of the great things about this portrait is its visibility. This is not a black man disappeared. This is not an African Muslim disappeared. This is a person that the artist has seen and testified to with his own skills and his own eyes.
So let me ask you a question. The lines are open. Why haven't you heard Dr. Greg Carr, all of these beautiful, smart black people that you see on these platforms, talk about him? I keep trying to tell you, all skin folk and kinfolk. These cats gotta, they gotta. The budget is real, brother. So here's in the book. This is his selected family tree. You see? That's the family tree, okay? So let's go a little further before I get off of here, y'all. Let's go here. So when you read stuff and you go to the places, not just reading the books, you go to the places also, people. So you should share this out and ask why y'all don't never talk about this man. Here you go. Fulani Muslim slave. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, brother. The Moors had slaves. Just bear with me 1 second, okay? Yeah, everybody got it? Let's smooth this up just a little bit. Let's move it up. We good? Any questions? Y'all can jump on the feed. Hurry up, because I'm going to get off soon. Hurry up. Okay. So, for y'all that don't understand how this works, okay, let's go down further. Shakespeare was influenced Moors. There it is right there. They didn't separate the people. They did not separate the people. They did not separate the people. Shakespeare was influenced by the Moors. So let's go into Othello's book. Just bear with me 1 second, y'all. I was going to try to pull that book out, but give me a minute. Let me know if y'all not following me, okay? If you're not following, raise your hand. We can figure it out together. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna not you. Let's figure it. Here it is. So now remember, the Moors, they never went nowhere. Their names just got changed, baby. The name, I'm gonna help y'all out. The name just got changed. Let's go here for 1 second. Ethiopian Moor by Paul Robeson, Othello. Is it making sense yet? Is it making any kind of sense, y'all? Now, this is what you can take to all the black scholars and tell them to debunk this information once they do their research. Tell them to go debunk it. But they make it seem like the Moors are just the Moorish Science Temple of America, baby. No, you are the Moor. You are the Moor. Rather you call yourself African American, foundational Black American, you're still a Moor. Hold up. I'm almost finished, y'all, so bear with me. I told you I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Let's see if we can pull some more out. All right. Let's go to J.A. Rogers' book. Let's go. Make it make sense. Let's go. No wonder y'all having a hard time because you keep calling them ancient black gods. The most ancient names for so-called black people are Nisu, I guess it is, or Nubian, Ethiopian, and more from ancient Egypt. So maybe if we said the ancient Moors from ancient Egypt, Negro or Negretta. Now, this is J.A. Rogers' book, 100 Amazing Facts about the Negro. Not opinion. Black and colored, like white, are on the other hand, European words. Ethiopian and Moor was properly used to describe the so-called blacks into the 1500s. Why do you think they paid that sister 50 grand to talk about the 1619 project? Yeah, y'all should send this to Sinetta too. All of y'all should send it to Sinetta. And they can, I'm gonna make the video short so he can actually look at it. And God killer, whatever he keep calling himself, him too. So you're Moors, people. Let's move forward. I'm almost finished, y'all. Let's move forward. I'm just running through it real simple. Black in color, like white, on the other hand, has no historical meaning whatsoever for African people. So they're even in the Nation of Islam. If you in the Nation of Islam, come on to the cipher, baby. Let's have a conversation, nation. Y'all say it's nation time. Let's go. Let's have this conversation. Black in color, on the other hand, has no historical meaning whatsoever for African people. Black is from the Anglo-Saxon B-L-A-E-C. It's not semantics, nor is it pun. No, it's not. So you can't get locked in the room with Sabir and think that you're going to convert me. Your career will be over if you play with me. And I don't argue with kids. All right? So I'm almost done. I've been to a lot of these places. I went to Harvard University also. Bear with me. I'm just connecting dots. According to Craig Stephen, the author of the book Ebony and Ivory, Harvard would have felt it was not for one man African known on the record as a Moor. So why don't you have people on these platforms who know this history that would talk about this? In 1636, an enslaved man living on the campus who referred to as a Moor. Oh, somebody help me. Come on, help me, babe. See, y'all thought this was the Moorish Science Temple conversation? You can bring Reggie, you can bring whatever. They can bring them all to the cipher. They can bring them all. You better, I'm keeping this short so y'all can get it, okay? So, this is another book I do have. It's called State. Hold up. This book is called State by State Race and Racism. The book State by State Race and Racism in the United States lists the Moor as the first documented enslaved person of African descent in the colony. Come on. Chop, chop. I have this book too if y'all want it, but it ain't free. So when people put hard-earned money and their time in this work, please respect it. I have this book too. So let me help y'all out. This is the book right here. You don't hear nobody talking about this either. It's 1,118 pages. If you want to get it, holler at your boy. It's a hell of a book. You ain't got to be sitting back watching this stuff on YouTube and you can just kill them with the facts. I just went through 3 or 4 different books with y'all. 3 or 4 different books with y'all, right? All right. So when I did my newspaper back in 2003, I explained this. And this is the paper that Brother Taj told me I should bring back out. I said, Taj, I don't have the resources and finances like that right now, brother. I have 2 newborn children. That was my paper I did in 2003. Do y'all see what it says right there? 2003. How the hell we in 2025 and we still confused about who we are because everybody want to be a YouTube sensation right about now. Everybody want to be a YouTube guy. Oh man, we got to get back to doing the lectures, B. We got to get back to doing these lectures. Okay? where the dude got to be in a room. So I'm almost finished, y'all. So bear with me. You got to be in a room. All right. So blame your black scholars. When I went to Harvard, this is the document I picked up at Harvard University. I found this in Harvard in wintertime. I was there in the wintertime. Nobody was paying me. Okay. So let me help y'all out before we move forward, because I am going to close out. It's 134 pages. If these cats are not talking about this, then y'all should really run from them real fast. Slavery at Harvard. The enslaved man known as a Moor. Now, you can go on YouTube and look up me, was at Harvard University also. Okay? If you want this document, you can email me too. All right? So I got two more things I want to go share before I go. All right? I'm almost finished. I hope this is making sense. If not, y'all got to go back and watch it from the beginning. Okay? Watch it from the beginning and do your own due diligence. The known Arab tribes in America and known tribes in Africa. The so-called Black Americans are also descended from the known tribes in the area called Africa, some of south of the Sahara. These Arabs includes tribes Kunta, as in the Kunta Kinte, the Kurdish tribe, and these are called footnotes down here. Those are footnotes. Okay? So, when you start reading and start doing research for yourself, and again, you want to be woke conscious cats, you don't want to test me. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Servants, convicts, and slaves. Take a picture while I cue my music up so before I go. Okay? Give me 1 second. All right? That's in Yarrow's book. All right. So I'm going to pull this up one more time. Again, when I do people, I don't sit back and watch people's videos and pull people's stuff off their videos. I go to the places. And I try to get this information the best of my ability. So if y'all would like to, again, support what I'm doing, you can go to Zelle. Everything is in the yellow. Everything is in the yellow. I went to Georgetown. I went to all of these particular places. Okay? I went there. So I guess I have to open up a church so y'all can understand me and ask for some money. So I told y'all this. What I'm going, that's the message. So I told y'all I'm working on doing a constitutional law class, and I hope y'all will support it. So we can go from state to state and teach the Constitution, the state, and the federal Constitution. Or if you want me to talk about him, okay? All right? Or you want me to talk about him. So the next one up will be him. These are all Muslims, people. So I'm going to put my banner up if y'all would like to support what I do. And I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to leave this up here. Me in Portugal. We're Moors, people, without a shadow of a doubt. Let's put this up here. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to leave this up here. This is in Portugal, people. I keep trying to tell you, I've been all over. So this is in Portugal. When you Moors fell, you see where my finger is pointing at? You see that? The 7 castles conquered from the Moors. Y'all can take it, blow it up, see it for yourself. Okay? I'm gonna put my banner up here again. Please support. I appreciate it if y'all do. Oh, I gotta do this. No, I gotta do this real quick. This is what y'all like. Hold up, before we do this, this is what y'all black folks love. Can't make this up. You already seen Marvin, right? Both of the Marvins. Now watch the sister. This is what black people's love.
Like you have never seen. $1,066 is nothing. You can get money back.
Woo! Let's go. Come on.
Like you have never seen. Like you have never seen. $1,066 is nothing. You can get money back.
$1,066 is nothing.
Yes, Lord. He just said 5 more people are sitting here deciding, but you're not deciding about money. You're deciding about your future. You're not deciding about money. You're deciding about your future. He said, come now. This isn't about money. This is about your future.
It's literally about money.
Damn.
This is about the restoration of your faith. He said, God wants some people to pay some bills for him. He said, everywhere you go. He said, I will handpick 21 people in the building.
Damn.
That will sow this $1,066 because of what I'm getting ready to turn around in their life. And it's something because in this season, like you have never seen.
I think I'm in the wrong field, bro. I'm in the wrong mother freaking field, bro. I just gave you 47 minutes of straight knowledge. Can I get that $1,000, people? Let's go.
Listen to me. We gonna get down. If you didn't give but $4.25, we gonna get to you today. Touch a neighbor and say, this is the day of giving. I'm trying to do it orderly. So if you're in the line and your total doesn't equal 2,000, you can just slip out while ain't nobody looking right now, and we're gonna call you to come
Giving
back.
faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfected Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do. I want everyone that wants to sow, if it's like I said,
I'm just done. Like on this, I'm so serious. I'm out of here, B. So listen, y'all can support if you choose to. You're not to. Listen, I'm good. Y'all be helping me do the tour, man. I'm good, but I do gotta go, y'all. I told you I didn't want to be long, but watch it from the beginning. It's only about 48 minutes long. But one thing I want y'all to remember, I was there. That's in Portugal. So email me at sabirbayradio@gmail.com. sabirbayradio@gmail.com. Okay. All my information is right there. Okay. But remember, I was there. Okay. What up? I gotta get ready to go. Okay. Share it out.
Do it, Marley. Killing them. You killing them. I want to talk about these rap historians. Y'all better get it together. I'll be reading your books. Y'all better get it together. Word up. When Hot 97 started, I was there. When Rap City got started, I was there. When K-Day got started, I was there. When Jive Records got started, I was there. When Yo MTV Rap started, I was there. When the Source Magazine started, I was there. When Sedgwick and Cedar started, I was there. When Biggie was doing his album, I was there. When Tookie Williams was buried, I was there. 73 Cedar Park, I was there. 123 Park, I was there. You ain't telling me the history, cause I was there. I was there.
And where were y'all? Where were y'all? And where were y'all? Where were you? And where were you? Where was y'all at? Where were you? Where were you?
When Moti challenged LL, I was there. When that bus blew up in London, I was there. When Death Row challenged Bad Boy at the Sports Awards in New York at the Garden, yup, I was there. When Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael, was passing on, I was there. When Nelson Mandela was freed from prison and spoke out at Yankee Stadium in New York, I was there. For all the births of my children, I was there. When the Rodney King uprisings happened, I was there. These objective rap historians trying to document hip-hop from outside, forget it, I was there, I was there.
And where was y'all? Where was y'all? And where was y'all? Where were you? And where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Gotta bring those.
Look, the Jive Records label, I was there. The Columbia Records label, I was there. The Elektra Records label, I was there. The Warner Brothers Records label, I was there. The Cox Records label, I was there. The Capitol Records label, I was there. I know about their contracts because I was there. I wrote and rewrote Mo, I was there. The Capitol Records label, I was there. I know about their contracts because I was there. I wrote and rewrote most of them when I was there. I ain't reading a book or reciting a hook.
I am hip-hop itself.
Cause yep, I was there. Y'all need to get it together with hip-hop's history and get it right. Cause yep, I was there. I was there.
Peace. And where were you?